Okay, so here's the outside of the cottage I'm staying in. Well, not Pompeii, but close to Pompeii. Here is the little kitchen, fireplace. I just really love it. It's really beautiful. Couple chairs, firewood, some books. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. I love it so much. There's a little table, wardrobe, couch. The kitchen is really, really gorgeous. I love it. And then the bedroom is upstairs. I love these stairs. Here is the bedroom. And then it opens onto a balcony to the winery. So this is the bed. And then out here is the little parking lot. And then this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful desk. It's so gorgeous. And then you can sit here. I don't know if you can see, but the Bay of Naples is right out there. This huge wardrobe that looks like it definitely goes to Narnia. The floors are so nice. And then the patio. I can't tell you how good it smells. And then back here there's actually a pool. And then up there is Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius, literally right there, which I'm about to go hike. Garden. So beautiful. And then the pool. Little grocery haul. Panne, casareccio, latte d'avena, ciuffetti di spinaci. Not really gonna use this because they do have coffee, but we have some instant Gatorade. Gnocchi. What is this? Pistacci, noci brasile, noci e cranberries. Banane, fungi, chips, more nuts, mirtilli, blueberries, broccoli. Is it just broccoli? I guess. I don't know how you say cereal in Italian, actually. More oat milk. One of these little banana things because they looked good. More trail mix. And that is it. Hello from Trecase, very near Pompeii. This morning, took the train from Rome to Salerno, and then from Salerno rented a car and drove to Trecase. So it is it's so beautiful here. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. Got in, settled down, got some food from the grocery store. Was finally able to make like a good meal, had some coffee, rested a little bit. The breezes here, like the air, we are staying on a winery. We had a really nice welcome. The man here, Giovanni, he took us on a tour of like the inside of the winery, so like where the wine is made and packaged and bottled and stuff. And I mean, we're staying like right in the middle of his winery. He gave me a glass of wine. Having wine at 10 o'clock in the morning when I arrived is just really, I was like, I can't do this. But I wanted to be like very hospitable, and I like drank the whole thing, and I was like, I cannot do this because I got a nice big glass of welcome wine, some sparkling wine, and it was really good. But I'm just not used. I never at 10 o'clock in the morning in Canada. I don't know, not me. Yeah, it is so gorgeous here. I am looking out at the Bay of Naples. Behind me is Vesuvius, and around me is the winery. I've just always read so much from specifically ancient Roman writers and authors and different people, like how much, I don't know why I'm out of breath, fragrant it is, and how beautiful the area around Pompeii is and around Vesuvius, and like how fertile everything is, the smells. Like, I've always read from like different Roman authors how good it smells, and it smells so good. The breeze feels so good, and now I know what they're talking about. Out of Rome now, which like this is kind of a welcome, very welcome respite, because Rome was really, really busy. Seeing everything there was so beautiful, and I want to give you an update as well and like share with you guys some of the stuff I did yesterday, because there's some things I really, really, really highly recommend. But I'm about to leave in 5 minutes. I just got ready because I'm about to go hike Mount Vesuvius. Wish me luck. It does not erupt. I think the last big one was in 1944 during the war, and apparently it erupts on average every 35 years. So she's overdue. She's expired. She's ready to blow. And there is a pool here too. I think I showed you, but I don't think I can go in because I have my period. So, you know, gonna go hike up mountain instead. Let's go. Let's see how she's looking. She is just out here. There she is. I'm going up there. I'm not sure what the temperature is gonna be. The host was like, oh, it's probably about the same temperature as Canada right now. And I'm like, oh buddy, it's not. It's snowing. It's snowing back home, and this is very hot for me. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be giving you an update with Mount Vesuvius behind me. Welcome to day 2 in Tre Case. I was just watching them pick some grapes, but I'm actually heading to Pompeii in about 10 minutes to the ruins, to the archaeological park. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna cry. But I wanted to give you an update on kind of what I did the last few bits in Rome. So I went to the non-Catholic cemetery, I think as it's properly called, the Protestant cemetery, where the graves of Keats and Shelley are. Just so cool, like breathtaking, the most beautiful, hands down, the most beautiful cemetery I've ever been to. I don't know why I thought there was gonna be like a line to see Keats or Shelley, but no one was there. No one was there. The cemetery was completely empty. It made me so, I don't know why it made me so sad. It just made me so sad. But Keats and Shelley both had like pretty fresh flowers in their like little flower holders, and I don't know, it was just surreal, like seeing the graves of like people that I've studied kind of, not my whole life obviously, but that I'm doing, you know, doing English Lit as my degree. And it was just like really, really strange because like living in Canada, we cover so little of Canadian or Indigenous literature or history in English degrees, because so much of it is obviously of course centered around the English language and the United Kingdom. So everything is kind of not really in my reach. So being over here and seeing stuff like the graves, it's just very strange and very mind-blowing because I don't have really access to any of that in my day-to-day. And so beautiful. Keats was there. He's buried next to his friend, the painter, Joseph Severn. Keats died of tuberculosis, I think, when he was 24. I believe he was in Rome because he was trying to get some healing air, some warm weather to help with his tuberculosis. Didn't work. And of course, Shelley died in a shipwreck. So yeah, they're both in different parts of the cemetery, but really beautiful. And there's also some cats in the cemetery. I think there might have been more in the past because I only saw 2, but there used to be quite a cat colony there, I think. So they weren't really doing too well though, the cats that I saw, and I was just like, oh, I want to help you. So on my last day in Rome, I went to the baths of Caracalla, which is really cool, the second largest baths in Rome from the ancient Roman period, and so cool. They're like more well preserved, I guess, than some of the other stuff I saw in regards to the tiles and the mosaics, and really cool. I am in Pompeii and it's like pretty empty. There's no one here. The gates just opened, almost the first kind of people through, and there's no one. I'm so excited. I'm gonna see stuff I've like written essays on, gonna see paintings, gonna see everything from a course I did on Roman wall painting, the different Pompeian styles, gonna see all the houses. Oh my god. Okay, I'm at the theater. I think the first time I heard about Pompeii was from the Magic Treehouse book series. As a kid, there's Vesuvius. And reading about it by Mary Pope Osborne. I love those books. I was obsessed with the Pompeii. What's it called? I'll put it on the screen, but I just, wow. So the theater is here. The Emperor Nero was a theater kid. He was obsessed with theater, and he did perform. After his 5 good years as emperor before he absolutely lost his marbles and went around touring, putting on plays, doing weird stuff. So I'm at the House of the Faun, which I'm like seeing one of the first things that I studied in my Roman wall painting course. It's the Alexander mosaic of him with King Darius, so defeating King Darius, but I just can't believe it. So cool, like going to see it, and then their gardens behind opens into the peristyle gardens. Buongiorno. Looking rough. Every day, looking rougher and rougher. More sunburnt, more dehydrated, more hungry. Not eating animals in Italy is it's a little rough, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's not a plethora or even a lot of options anywhere, but today I'm very sad a little bit, but also excited because I'm leaving Tre Case, leaving Pompeii, leaving Vesuvius, leaving this winery and this cottage to go to Amalfi. Very excited. I don't know how busy it's gonna be. Of course, it's the off season, but I don't know. I met a really lovely lady the day before, when I went up Vesuvius, who I have a story time. I have a story time for you. I'll tell you when I get to Amalfi because I'm about to leave in probably 20-ish minutes, but last morning at the cottage, and now we are going to a big hotel. I think it's a very fancy hotel. I've never stayed in a 5-star hotel. Only splurged on this one because I used every single one of my I need water. Credit card points on this hotel. I just really wanted to wrap up the updates on Rome. The other thing that I did was renting a bike and then biking the Appian Way, or the Appia Antica, so the old Roman roads, and that was really, really, really special. One of my favorite things I've done here so far. And definitely one of my favorite things in Rome. I would highly recommend. There's a bike rental and cafe right where kind of the part starts where cars aren't allowed to go anymore, and then you can just bike down forever into the countryside. There were cows, goats, cats. There's just so much to see in Rome, and I spent the least amount of time in Rome, which is probably for the best because, like you guys know, I'm not really a big city enjoyer, and Rome was pretty crazy, but I think in the clips I just kept saying how surprised I was that for things like a lot of the ruins, the biking, different things we went to, there was really not a lot of crowds. Caracalla, the baths, pretty much the only one there, and biking was also very nice and quiet. I would highly recommend. Unfortunately, that did mean that I had to make some tougher decisions because I did have the Rome pass card that you can get, and that does let you into the Vatican, the Sistine Chapel, and unfortunately I just didn't get to do all of that. I decided to do the biking, and then after the bike, I don't know how long, maybe a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours biking down the roads and back. Really interesting, really fun, and of course the road, so many ruins and tombs and houses, and just, oh, it's so cool. It was so cool. One of my favorite things for sure. After that, I went to the catacombs of Domitilla. I've never been in catacombs before, any kind of real catacombs. So this was it was so cool as well, so cool. This one you have to go with a guide, but I just got the tickets right at the door, and unfortunately wasn't allowed to take any photos or videos. You can't, do that, so I don't have any of that, but I can just tell you, it was really, really cool. That was my first time in the catacombs, and you have to go with a guide because it goes down so many levels. They're so vast that you would just straight up get lost and die, so you have to go with a guide. But it was really, really cool. Really cool. There are still some bodies that haven't been taken out because a lot of the people who found the catacombs thought that everyone buried there was a martyr, so they wanted to have all of the bones as relics for religious power reasons and stuff like that. But there are still some people buried there who didn't get grave robbed, but really cool. Really, really cool. I think I'm gonna split up the Italy vlogs between Venice, Rome, and then Pompeii, Amalfi. Hear the goats? I see the goats. I just want to be friends with a goat. And sheep, for that matter. They're all right here. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Hi. You're so beautiful. Okay, so this area you can like climb. There's little where's one? Oh, there. There's little hooks in the wall. Oh, I want to. Long time no see, but I am in Amalfi. I don't know if I've done an update here yet, but this morning is actually the last morning and I haven't done any updates because you could probably tell by my voice that I'm sick. I'm sick, question mark? I don't really know. In the last few clips, I was just trying to play it off as like a dry throat because I've been a little dehydrated, but it's definitely not. It's something else. Unfortunately, I haven't really done a ton or most of the things I had planned for the Amalfi Coast. Yesterday I was supposed to go to Capri. It didn't happen. Just really been doing a lot of chilling, done a couple hikes, pushed through those because I brought a COVID test and I tested negative, which is great. I just don't know what it is. I don't feel like sick. I just have a lot of something going on here. Honestly, it might just have been the quite bad air quality in Venice be doing me in. I don't know. I'm used to that, you know, pretty crisp Canadian air on my baby lungs. So anyway, yeah, today is the last day in Amalfi and tonight I take the train back to Rome before I fly back home tomorrow morning. So yeah, this visit has been so wonderful. The only things I didn't really get to update you on was that I didn't actually get to hike to the cone of Mount Vesuvius because by the time I got there, the gates were closed. They close pretty early. Everything pretty much closes pretty early in November here, especially on the coast. At least got to like drive up Vesuvius, which was really cool because the road goes almost all the way up. And then I stopped at a little souvenir shop because I just saw a group of cats, a group of wild cats and wild dogs too. So many cats and dogs here. And this woman came out and she's like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Canada." And she's like, "Oh, tu parles français?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do speak French, but I also speak a little bit of Italian." And then I was there with her for I think over an hour. We were just chatting. I don't know, I just feel like I got adopted by an Italian woman, maybe in her 60s or something. I have her WhatsApp number now, so I might download WhatsApp just for her, just for Giovanna, because she was so nice, she was so lovely. And we just got to speak for like an hour, alternating mostly between French and Italian, which for me was really, really good because if I didn't understand something or if I wasn't able to say something in Italian, I could just say it to her in French. And For some reason, a lot of the time here when I go to speak Italian to someone, my brain will just be like, oh, we're gonna speak French now, and I'm like, no, we can't do that. Just being able to talk with Giovanna for that long was so nice, and she was so like patient with me if I didn't know something. And it was just really good. It was just like really great practice, and it was such a nice like heartwarming, I don't know, it was such a nice heartwarming thing. So I got a couple of things from her store for my family, and then she is actually the one who takes care of the cats and dogs. Like, she gives them whatever she can. So this is probably like the most Italian thing ever. I saw, like, I stayed with her while she fed the cats. They don't let you pet them or anything, but they will come and scream for food. She gives them cooked pasta from a can, and she dumps it on the ground. I've never seen, have you ever seen feral cats eating pasta? There's a bunch of dogs there too who get whatever they can. So yeah, she was just like, if you have anything to spare to give for the animals, because she's like, I'm such a big animal lover. And I was like, me too. It was just, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like one of the most lovely encounters I've had in a while, and it just felt really, I don't know, it felt really special and really nice. But since we've been on the coast, I hiked Path of the Gods, which was really beautiful. A bunch of goats and donkeys. Okay, so these are the two things that I got from Giovanna on Vesuvius. They're just two little animals made from the rock. This first one I got from my dad. I got just my parents' like favorite animals. My dad's favorite animal is a sea turtle, so there he is. I think he's really cute, and I don't know, my dad just has a collection of sea turtles. So I got another little one. Thought he was cute. And then my mom really loves owls. She loves owls. Here he is. I thought he was, he's so cute. So I got a little owl for my mom. They feel so nice. They feel so nice. So there's the owl. I actually finished the book that I brought with me. I don't know if I mentioned this or not yet, but I did bring Goethe's Italian Journey with me. I bought this with Carolyn when Carolyn came to visit me, and I bought it because I knew I wanted to take it with me. So this is just Goethe's journal, mostly in the form of like letters he's writing to his friends back home in Germany, because he has a very stereotypical midlife crisis, and he's like, I'm gonna leave to Italy in like the middle of the night. I'm gonna change my name. I'm not gonna tell anyone. And he goes to Italy, and he lives here for a year and a half-ish, I believe, traveling from Venice to Rome to Naples to Sicily. So pretty much a path that I followed a little bit, going from Venice to Rome to Pompeii, Naples, and Amalfi. So not quite Sicily, obviously. I didn't love it like I wanted to, honestly. Goethe is very interesting. I don't love the way that he writes in here, because obviously this piece of nonfiction, very different from his plays and his poetry, but I found a lot of it quite dry. Unfortunately, that is Italian Journey. A lot of it was very interesting. He makes a lot of remarks about different plants, people, and like what's going on, so it's a good historical document, but as something to read for pleasure, it's not that fun, honestly. So that is that one, but I did finish it finally. So I did finish that. So then I started the book, one of the books that I got in Venice, which is Venice and the Anthropocene, an eco-critical guide, another piece of nonfiction. I apologize so much for my voice, but this one is also interesting. This one is a guidebook. Each entry doesn't really ask you too much to go to the place. It's more just like an exploration of something to do with Venice, and the way that it can illustrate or serve as a like microcosm for bigger issues in the world, with climate change being a pretty large focus, but it goes into like very small, cool, interesting topics, and each one is just like a little tiny entry about something. Like this one's about the seagulls in Venice or something, or a glimpse into human-animal relationships from an 18th century Venetian painting. So a lot of them are just really cool tiny entries. I want to say right now I am 130 pages through. A lot of them are reading more like abstracts for larger essays rather than giving me too much in and of themselves. It feels like, okay, pretty surface level, but then I'm like, where's the rest of it? I want you to push this further, which obviously, I mean, isn't going to be the case for a touristy guide like this, but Yeah, interesting nevertheless, and this book feels so nice to hold, so I am glad I bought that. So I'll probably finish this in the airport or something tomorrow or tonight in the hotel at Rome, because I'm just gonna be staying in the airport hotel because the flight is at 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's at 6 a.m. and then I'm flying to Portugal, layover in Portugal, and then Portugal, Lisbon to Toronto. So yes. What else can I show you as a little haul? I got some Flumicil. I did go to the Pharmacia because I don't know, I felt like I needed a little something, and the lady there was pretty nice and she gave me this. But you dissolve it in water and you drink it, and it really doesn't taste that bad at all. So we're gonna hope that that helps, whatever this is. Speaking Italian has been going, again, sometimes it goes really well, and when it goes really well, it feels so good. It feels so rewarding. It feels nice, especially to be met with like some sort of approval, or if someone's like, oh, you have a nice accent or something like that. It's just like, thank you. But then sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's hard because obviously people, they speak quite quickly and sometimes I just don't catch it, but it's just been really good practice and definitely pushed my comfort levels, and it's just been really nice. It's just been really nice. So, and a lot of people do speak French. For example, I went to a restaurant last night and the man who owns it like was talking, and then he's like, where are you from? And I was like, Hannah. He's like, oh, tu parles français? They're always like, oh, do you speak French? And then he just started singing Alouette, Gentil Alouette, which was just I do have other stuff to show you though, a couple souvenirs. This one is wrapped really nicely. This one is for my family, so I'm not gonna unwrap it, but I'll show you this one. I'll show you this one. He's just so cute. I got a little beware of cat, beware of the cat sign, which just hangs because I thought it was so cute. And of course it's an orange man. Got another one that looks a little bit different for my family because they've been taking such good care of Calcifer. Who is a big handful, so shout out to my family. And of course he's been like having, I don't know, he loves it over there, and him and Evie have been bonding in their own way, shall we say. So that is the little wall hanger that I got. I'm gonna put this in the apartment somewhere. I am back home. I'm back home from Italy. Very happy about it. Very happy to be back. I had a fantastic time, but I just thought I would come on and film like a little, like final thoughts, final updates. I'm reunited with Calcifer. He's currently sleeping. This chair is here right now against my cupboards because his new thing that he's learned from my parents' house is like obsessively opening all cupboards all of the time. So trying to just make him not do that here. But I'm back home. I'm back with my little orange man who is just, he's really more than all the traveling ever in the whole world. I'm so happy to see him. I cried like a little baby, and I'm very happy to be back with him. So I had an absolutely wonderful time in Italy. It was so cool, so fun. Oh, it's snowing. I am so happy. I just love the snow. Oh man, what the hell? Sorry. I'm not sorry. I just really like the winter and I was really missing it. And it just started snowing. And I had my little winter look on today. So first of all, I just want to say a very big thank you, and I feel so just loved and taken care of by you guys in the comments of one of my last vlogs where I was actually packing stuff a while ago to get ready for the trip, and you're all like, Emma, no, you're gonna be so cold, you need to pack warmer clothes, don't bring sandals in your bathing suit, are you crazy? Thank you guys so much for all of the love and all of the care. I think you vastly underestimate how much I love the cold, and how much Italy was so not cold for me. So yeah, Venice was chilly. Venice had a little chill, particularly because it was so damp. So that was actually good for me to bring my big warm coat. So thank you for that. But everywhere else, no. I was sweating. I was really warm, but thank you so much for your care. You guys are just the loveliest, literally the loveliest group of human beings. Something I'm gonna miss. Let's start with something I'm gonna miss and then something I'm probably not gonna miss. Something I'm gonna miss for sure is the coffee. The coffee when I was in Italy was so great. It was just really good, really, really good. Waking up and having a cappuccino every day, and cappuccino con latte d'avena with oat milk was just great. It was so great, and I don't know, it made your body feel good in a way that the coffee here, store-bought, or kind of what I make at home from a variety of different coffee machines, just doesn't. The coffee in Italy, I think because it was the perfect, I don't know if it was the perfect serving size, but it was good, and it felt good to drink, and I didn't get any of the associated anxiety that I sometimes do with the coffee here. So I'm really gonna miss your coffee over there in Italia. I will. So grazie mille. Something I'm not gonna miss is the air quality. As you can hear, I'm still a little bit, something's going on, but I've never really truly, since I started to feel this way, have I felt sick, have I felt truly sick. So I am thinking it's the air quality, especially because I went back and looked at the Venetian air quality for the days that I was in Venice, and it was really, really bad. But I was not expecting, especially going to the Mediterranean, going to the coast, going to Amalfi and all of the other towns, I was not expecting the air quality in Toronto to be better most of the time than there. I think that's what it is. I think I'm just very, very spoiled by the air quality in Canada, and I'm not used to really that much pollution at all. So it's been rough. It's been a little bit rough, but literally since I landed back in Toronto, I've been starting to feel better each day, and today I feel definitely the best with whatever is going on. Another thing I will miss is absolutely practicing Italian and kind of challenging myself every day, not only in social situations, because I'm not very socially adept anyway, even here. So having to push myself in a different language to go and ask for things, to order, to buy things, to just talk to random lovely people like Giovanna was really something that I've never really had to do before, and it was a really good challenge. I felt myself grow a lot. I feel I came back here and I have so much more confidence now here, and it was just really, really interesting. What I'm not gonna miss about it though is getting spiked with adrenaline every time I go to order or buy something, because I don't know what it was, but just when I go up to speak to someone in a different language, one that I'm not 100% fluent in, obviously, but I'm giving it my darn best, and I am pretty proud of myself for what I was able to accomplish and what I was able to speak to people and with people there. But yeah, I will say in Venice, I definitely used it a lot. In Rome, I found that when I would try to speak to people in Italian, obviously they know I'm not Italian, it's not my first language, so when I would try to order or something, they would immediately switch to English, and I would be wait, I want to practice, I'm a star, please, I'm a star. In Pompeii and around the Vesuvius in Campania, I think I had the most positive experiences speaking to people like Giovanna and her husband and different people there. And then in Amalfi, I found that people were very, very like quite happy with me and very pleased when like I did make the effort and I did speak to them in Italian, and they would immediately switch from English into Italian, and then, you know, just like check in on me every once in a while being like, you know, are you understanding? Are you keeping up? And I'd be like, oh, see, yeah. Even if I wasn't, I would kind of like be able to follow the thread a little bit. So it was just really rewarding, like really rewarding, and you feel so good when you have a conversation where you can like get through the whole conversation. Something I won't miss, what else won't I miss about Italy? Probably the lack of wilderness. I think I was expecting, like, obviously this is my only trip that I've been on where I went where it wasn't solely focused around nature. Every single one of my other trips have been exclusively going for the wilderness and the nature. Italy was obviously not like that because I went to Venice and Rome, and I was there for the history and the culture and just seeing Italy, seeing different things there. So definitely learned, like I already knew this about myself, but I definitely need more wilderness in my trips. I think like living in Canada where literally you drive 20 minutes and you're in the country pretty much anywhere you are. I think seeing somewhere where the countryside and nature and the wilderness as I know it, I didn't really see it exist, was very strange for me. And I know of course Italy is a much smaller country, but the sprawl, like the urban sprawl, was incredible, especially around like Vesuvius and Campania, and even taking the train through Tuscany. I never saw wilderness as I know it. So that was just it was just very different for me, and that's why I love traveling, because you get exposed to so many new things, new ways of living as snow's really coming down. Overall, I just had a really good time. Very glad to be back. Thank you so much to those of you who live in Italy, who are in Italy, who were so kind, and the people who've been messaging me with like tips and advice and where to go and like welcoming me. Thank you so much. Until my next one, that is when I will see you, and ciao.